NK Toko Sports and its sponsors welcome you to coverage of high school basketball, where the St. Henry Redskins will take on the Bremen Cardinals. Tonight's game is brought to you by the following sponsors: First National Bank, Keyhole Pizza, Precision Strip, Winners Meats, Grand Lake Health Systems, Speedway Lanes, and NK Telco. You're looking here live at the Nest. My name is Brandon Coverman, alongside me, Jeff Hinchin. And Jeff, we take a look at this matchup, and considering if you have bothered to look at the MAC standings for girls basketball, you take a look, there's 6 teams that are within a half game of each other. Versailles at the top at 4-2, Marion also at 4-2, St. Henry here tonight at 3-2, Parkway at 3-2, Minster at 3-2, and New Bremen at 3-2 as well. That's not to mention that Coldwater and Fort Recovery, who are also a game back, at 2-3 apiece as well. So every game big here tonight. First in the MAC standings. First, let's take a look at St. Henry here tonight. They're a pretty young roster, only 2 seniors, but a lot of balanced scoring. Nobody averaging in double figures.
That's one thing I noticed when I had them against New Knoxville the week before. No one in double figures. A lot of girls score, though. They play pressure defense. They had a good start to the season. Then they kind of ran into a bit of a downfall. 3 losses in a row, but to pretty good teams. They lost to Minster, Fort Loramie, and Marion Local. Got that win last Thursday against New Knoxville to snap that streak. So they're 1-3 in their last 4. They're going to have a big test today against a team that's won 3 of their last 4, and that's in New Bremen. We'll switch court there. They're 3-4. I saw them here Monday night against Houston, a scrappy team. They won that game. They've also beaten Marion Local and Coldwater in that stretch of 3 wins in 4 games. So New Bremen playing with some confidence. St. Henry looking to build back, get back into that rhythm, but a very pivotal game with considering how balanced the MAC is when you've got 6 teams all with 2 losses. A couple of those teams already played the Versailles and Marion because they had to play early because of the Southwest District tournament. But 6 teams with 2 losses really all control their own destiny.
Yeah, and it's every game. You know, they say every game is important, and that's true here tonight. I mean, talking to Coach Andy Timmerman, he really discussed how, you know, this game is very vital, and it's another night in the MAC. Just talking to him, he said it could really result, you know, in anything could happen, basically. Anyone can beat anyone on any given night. So we'll kick it down to public address announcer Scott Fry for our national anthem. We'll be back with starting lineups and keys to the game here next on NK Toko Sports.
When I graduated from Salina, I didn't know much about the job market here.
I knew I wanted to come back to the area. I went to Hometown Opportunity where I was looking for a local job.
It really opened up my eyes to the employer market around here.
I was able to filter down my options, see what types of jobs were out there for me.
Linked me directly with those local companies.
And the last 6 months have been wonderful to feel that family environment again.
Back here on NK Toko Sports as we get here to look at our starting lineups for both teams here. First for the visiting St. Henry Redskins. Raymond Farrell, Kevin Smith, and Todd Trainer are officials here tonight, as we will introduce our starting lineups. First, taking a look here for the St. Henry Redskins. By 6 sophomore, number 2, Alexis Busher. 5'7" sophomore, Morgan Balmer, averaging 9.6 points a game. Number 12, Lauren Tiemann, 3.4 points a game, 5'6" junior. Number 14, Molly Wendell, a 5'10" sophomore. And rounding out the lineup, number 40, Leah Layfeld, a 7.5 points a game scorer. Nate Eulenhake, the head coach, assisted by Wendy Mormon and Lauren Timmerman. Now the introductions for the New Bremen Cardinals, sitting at 8-7. 3-2 overall in the Midwest Athletic Conference. A 5'7" junior, number 2, Marina Nelson, averaging 8 points a contest. A 5'7" junior, averaging 1.4 points a game, number 3, Mia Hirschfeld. 5'9" sophomore, number 20, averaging 3.5 a game, Mary Rindler. A 5'10" freshman guard, averaging just over 9 points a game, Michaela Ferks. And number 30, a 6-foot senior, averaging over 14 points a game, Chloe Homan. The Cardinals are coached by third-year head coach Andy Timmerman. He is assisted by Emily Mesher and John Storr. So with the conclusions of the starting lineups, let's take a look at our keys to the game, brought to you by Keyhole Pizza in Newport, Ohio. First, taking a look for the St. Henry Redskins.
Well, Coach Hielenhank wants his team to be able to control the boards. They also would like to put ball pressure on the New Bremen ball handlers and also work together. They want to run and push each other with good spacing on offense, talk on defense. And on that ball pressure, he wants to make sure that, putting contact or a body on the ball handler so they can't have easy passing, make it very difficult for their guards, that is for the Cardinals to run offense. And for New Bremen, it's kind of interesting. Coach Timmerman said they want to take advantage of the St. Henry pressure. So maybe get some backdoor cuts. Teams that play tight, you can get some backdoor looks. They also want to play physical and active against St. Henry and continue to play with confidence.
He kind of described it. I talked to him a little bit before the game. He said it's kind of like a Fort Laramie style pressure. Laramie has been known for so many years how dominant they've been to press and really try to push the pressure. So he kind of described it in a way of like playing Fort Laramie. So a team that, they're familiar with. And Ferks, contact, and one. And Michaela Ferks downhill drives to the basket and has a chance at the old-fashioned three-point play.
A good start for the freshman. Had a rough shooting night against Howson from two-point range. Had a number of shots, couldn't get him to drop, but she battled well. Came up big, though, with some three-pointers and makes the old-fashioned three-point play here to start the game. St. Henry foul went against Wendell, number 14, Molly Wendell. Shout out to her aunt watching on NK Telco Sports, able to watch her niece, Renee, play in the JV game, now able to watch her other niece, Molly, here in the varsity game.
Working their baseline shot no good by Alexis Busher. We have a tie-up, I believe, there, and it'll be a rebound for the New Bremen Cardinals. There, so here is that pressure.
Holman came down with it, correct? Or
I think so. Yeah.
It was a held ball, but yes, team rebound for the Cardinals on the possession, and New Bremen comes in. These teams kind of, I think, are similar stats-wise. Neither team really, to me, shoots a three ball very well. New Bremen comes in at 26% as a team. St. Henry at 27%. Turnovers, St. Henry 14, New Bremen 16 a game. So both teams similar in those aspects. And you look for St. Henry, you mentioned the Fort Laramie style defense. They're going to force, in this case, girls to make decisions under pressure and maybe force some bad passes, and that's where your second-row defense comes up big, the opportunities to get steals and go in transition.
And I think you see this St. Henry pressure. One thing it's going to try to do is take the ball out of Chloe Homan's hands, who we know is the focal point of the offensive candidate for MAC Player of the Year for sure.
Yeah, she's good, and if you can keep her out of rhythm, force somebody else to step up, it definitely will help your chances.
Shot no good by Hirschfeld, and Bremen can't track it down. It'll be St. Henry basketball. One thing it tries to do in the half court especially is cause mass pandemonium because you can't operate your offense.
Yeah, it does. It just is. I always think it's like in the summer when you're trying to drink your favorite beverage and there's little bugs flying around. It's annoying. You can't relax. You always have somebody in your face, and if the ball handler can't see the court that well, it makes it very difficult to hit your girls when they're open with all the pressure in your area. Nice ball movement by the Redskins. Traveled.
And Layfeld not ready to catch and go.
Yeah, I just think she probably thought, hey, I'm open. Oh, I'm going to get in a little bit closer. And with that, she hopped before she released the basketball. St. Henry's first turnover. And Holman's very crafty. She can handle the ball. She's 6 feet tall. Gets a pick there from behind. But a lot of times when she's playing one-on-one, she's able to take advantage of her size with her ball handling ability.
Cross-court pass, three-pointer from the left wing is no good. As we can tell, St. Henry trying to play fast here. Coach Timmerman wanting a foul there.
Might have deserved one as Holman comes up with the rebound. You mentioned her points at 14 a game, also 10 rebounds, so she's a double-double player.
Busher with the steal, stopped in the lane. Good defense on the inside. A jump ball is going to keep it with St. Henry. But, man, it's one thing, though. Pressure's one thing. Doesn't really, if you can work at it the whole game, maybe it's not effective always in the first quarter, but by the time it gets to the third and fourth quarter, if you can do it effectively, man, it wears the team out.
It does, mentally. I agree 100%. And if you have the bodies to do it, I mean, you may want to put pressure all over the court, but if your athletes aren't athletic and can't move and don't understand the concepts, it won't work. So you really have to have the correct personnel. Holman goes out. She's had a little bit of a foot problem, heel problem maybe, and maybe controlling her minutes just a little bit as in for the Cardinals. I believe it is number 32, Abby Burden.
Burden at 4 points a contest. Firks gives it up to Burden. Long to Abby. It's shot no good. Wendell clears the boards. Molly Wendell will bring it up across the timeline, go to the left side or right side to Busher. Busher trying to get through this New Bremen zone. Cross-court pass, miscommunication on who's getting it. St. Henry tracks it down. Low-scoring contest here early on. 4:47 to go in the first quarter. 3-0 our score. Michaela Firks' three-point play is the only score to this ballgame so far.
St. Henry 0 for 4 from the field to start. Of that 4 shots, 1 is a three-pointer. Nice look.
Late release to the corner, and both players, Mary Rindler, went with the player to the corner, and it left Layfeld wide open.
And that would be Tiemann. They both chased her, and Tiemann gets the easy assist to Layfeld, who scores her first points for the Redskins nearly 3.5 minutes in.
Deep three, Marina Nelson, no good. Rebound and a little run out here for St. Henry. Wendell to the basket, and there's a late foul called as Wendell hit the deck hard.
Well, Coach, Uehlenk talked about working together, not only on defense, but able to run and push when there's an opportunity. And, again, athletic ladies able to run the court, and they get an opportunity here from Wendell from the free throw line.
Wendell at the line. Her shot is no good.
They're bringing a foul on Michaela Firks. Firks, her first, team's first.
Chloe Homan back in. Michaela Firks to the bench, and so we're going to have a substitute come in for the shooter.
Wendell, 52% free throw shooter on the season, misses both.
Burden gets the ball up, back over to Hirschfeld.
Wendell almost got her second foul.
Oh, and Hirschfeld trapped there on the sideline, and now substitution coming in. Ava Homan averaging 7.4 a game.
And no one in double figures for St. Henry's, you mentioned, but a lot of girls around that 7 to 9 mark. So very capable of having, who do you stop? They all seemingly have a nose for the basket or an idea of what to do with the basketball.
Burden gives it to Homan on the left block. Homan turns around. Nice defense by Layfeld on the inside. St. Henry up the court quick like a cat. Busher to the basket. Draws the contact and one. What a play there by the sophomore Ava Busher.
Alexis
Busher,
but
sorry.
Yeah, what a shot. She didn't have a lot of real estate on the left side. Had to, and at the end shoot it with the right hand. Almost from behind the bankboard she was, but able to catch glass and go in for the three-point play. She's a 42% free throw shooter. Offensive rebound.
And Coach Andy Timmerman talking to official Todd Trainer over there. Kind of asking some clarification for some things there.
Probably asking where he's going to go out to eat after the ball game.
Shot there, no good. Long there, ball on the floor. Arrow will keep it with St. Henry.
That's another long extended possession on a possession they've already scored 2 points on.
Yeah, exactly. Number 33, Riley Baumer into the lineup. Number 24, Jalen Everman. Both, only 2 of the 3 seniors listed on this roster, along with Chloe Speck. Baumer with the basketball to Everman. Everman to the right side. Works around. Goes back over to Ava Homan. To Everman. Right to Baumer. And St. Henry really working fast in that open post offense. Turns around, Morgan Bomber with the bucket.
Well, I'm going to give that 2 points on second chance because they garnered a couple offensive rebounds all after the 2-point bucket by Busher, so they basically turned that into a 4-point possession.
So New Bremen, after scoring the first 3 points of the game, and let St. Henry go on a 6-0 run. Here comes the trap, ball tipped. St. Henry forces another turnover, and they turn it over right back. And sometimes as an official, it takes you a second to react there. You got to try to absorb the play.
Exactly.
And a nice job by the official there to call it, take a second,
you see
let the play happen.
See it, process it, and then make the call.
It's easier to say what the heck out loud than blow a whistle. And nice job by the official there. As Nelson gives it up to Hirschfeld. Bremen needing a bucket, and Chloe Homan delivers with her first bucket of the game.
Nice touch pass by Mia Hirschfeld. Had just enough on it to lob it over the St. Henry defender, and that allowed Homan to do what she does, and that's have a nice, soft release off the glass for her first 2 points of the game.
Alexis Busher with it on the right side, looking to drive. We'll go to the left side. Give it up back to Busher on the beak of the Cardinal logo.
As a team, St. Henry averages 48 points, so almost 50 points a game. That's a pretty good number.
Yeah.
New Bremen, on the other hand, just under 40 at 39 points a game.
Three-pointer left wing well off the mark. Burden will track down the rebound. She didn't have to, but it'll be New Bremen basketball anyway. Now a couple substitutions coming in now. Mary Rindler back in, and also Hallie Koenig, who played a couple quarters in that JV contest. Into the lineup, Lauren Tiemann back in for St. Henry.
Kenning's a 5'10 freshman beginning to play some varsity action, and her first appearance here in the first quarter.
Burden with the basketball, right side, back to Ferks. Ferks rejects the screen, tries to attack downhill, back out to Hirschfeld. St. Henry definitely playing up in these Cardinals grills. Ferks trying to attack downhill, and Ferks walked, trying to find an open Burden there.
New Bremen's 5th turnover. St. Henry with 3.
Bringing up the floor, Lauren Tiemann with the basketball. Tiemann to Everman. Back over on the right side to Tiemann. Cross-court pass over to Homan. In the corner, Everman.
A nice pass.
Nice job to get through the zone. St. Henry just can't finish, and Ferks, unfortunately, was standing on the baseline. Keep the basketball with St. Henry.
Nice pass from Molly Wendell to Riley Bomber. It just didn't miss a shot, but they're very patient against the Bremen zone defense. Had some good movement. Again, Coach Uelhank talked about good spacing on offense and able to pass the ball. They couldn't capitalize. Got another chance here on the team rebound.
Shot up, no good. Nelson gets the board. Nelson was hampered in the middle of the season by an injury. Back playing at full 100% now. Holman out to Nelson. Back on the left side to Ferks. Ferks attacks downhill. Loses the basketball. It's ripped away there by Ava Homan. St. Henry up on the prowl. Jalen Everman on the inside. Layfeld, and a beautiful feed to Leah Layfeld from Jalen Everman.
Nice assist. Good bounce pass. I always like bounce passes, especially in traffic. It capitalized for the assist from Everman, and Layfeld with her 4th point of the first quarter.
Off to Hirschfeld, back to Ferks. Ferks going to fire a high arcing 3. Rindler gets the rebound. Rindler tried to get it to Hirschfeld and turns it over. Man, I was hoping Rindler would just go up with that.
7 turnovers. They get an offensive rebound in their second of the quarter. They can't take advantage of it. And a good run of offense here, as you mentioned. New Bremen opened up with a very exciting, if you will, 3-point play with Ferks. And since that time, it's been an 8-2 run in favor of St. Henry as we down to the final seconds.
Morgan Bomber with the basketball. Back to Wendell, cross-court pass.
Gotta get a shot off.
And over to Layfeld. Shot at the horn is no good. It's 8-5. St. Henry ahead of New Bremen after 8 minutes of play here at the Nest. You're watching girls high school basketball on your home for New Bremen Cardinal basketball and KTLCO Sports.
CarriageWorks has expanded and now can hold up to 25 cars in our service bay. CarriageWorks thrives on customer satisfaction. We accomplish that by providing top-of-the-line technology. CarriageWorks now uses a laser beam system to measure down to the millimeter of factory specs to better service you and get you back on the road. CarriageWorks has a brand new top-of-the-line paint booth that uses waterborne paint. There's no job too big or too small for CarriageWorks. We're certified collision specialists. Come in and see us today.
1 quarter of action here in the books on NK Toco Sports. 8-5 our score, with the St. Henry Redskins leading the New Bremen Cardinals after 8 minutes of play. Fast-paced, and, I mean, New Bremen doesn't go very deep. Wow, if you're Coach Timmerman, Jeff, how do you kind of react to this pressure? I mean, Coach Timmerman knew it was going to happen. What adjustments do you make after 8 minutes of play?
Well, you're talking to 16, 17, 18-year-old girls. You have to tell them, be patient, but yet take advantage of the opportunities you have. There's a hand in your face. You're being pressured. New Bremen has struggled with it. They've already had 6 turnovers, make it 7 now in the ball game. So you got to continue to move without the basketball, and your teammate has to be able to see you to find it to break down that aggressive St. Henry pressure.
Layfeld on the inside. Ball gets kicked around Bomber. Back in the corner to Wendell. Wendell drives baseline. It's that ball tipped around.
St. Henry in the first quarter, 4 of 13 from the field shooting. St. Henry is 4 of 10 2-point shooting, 0 for 3 3-point shooting, but 13 shots in the first quarter. And the foul against New Bremen is, what, 23? Michaela Firks, her second foul. You mentioned the 13 attempts by St. Henry, and New Bremen just 2 of 7. Again, with the 6 turnovers, you kind of limit your opportunities to shoot the basketball on the offensive end when you have 6 turnovers. Just 7 attempts in a quarter for the Cardinals, making 2 of them.
Cross-court pass, Wendell. Shot fake, drives to the basket. Just splits the defense, can't finish. Gets her own rebound. What aggression by Wendell there.
Pretty nice move to the basket also, and had to kind of step around some of the Bremen defenders, just not able to get it to drop in, but great play drawing the offensive rebound and picking up the first foul against Abby Burden and the second Bremen foul of the quarter.
Get the ball in, Leah Layfeld. Tacks downhill, shot no good. Homan with the board. Back over to Nelson. Back to Burden in the corner, Hirschfeld. Over to Homan. Homan back to Nelson. Back over to Burden. Burden at top of the key.
Coach Timmerman really trying to talk to the officials, making sure that the hand check and the arm bars, if you will, are not allowed, as New Bremen gets a great look but can't score.
You know, if the game is getting called a little tighter, it does go in your favor if you're Coach Timmerman too. So you're trying to advocate for your players there too, is one thing he's trying to get, because St. Henry's playing very, very good defense, and you're trying to get something, to go here for your offense.
Yeah, it's been a struggle. New Bremen, they're having to work for everything, and there's just no rest. Every time you have the ball here, New Bremen's defense, it's there, but it's not all over the half court. And Wendell open 3.
Shot no good. Jeff, you talked about how many more attempts St. Henry has had, just has not been able to hit. Burden up ahead. And there's the foul by Layfeld.
Layfeld, her first foul. And again, I thought maybe we'd have a bigger ovation with that whistle. It seemed like the officials in the stands, if you will, were also judging that they felt St. Henry was maybe being just a little bit too physical, or too much body contact. And Bremen picks up the first foul of the quarter against the Redskins. I think just the second foul of the game. But another turnover.
Busher with it, kicks it out Layfeld. Layfeld cross-court pass, Wendell. Wendell drives on the inside. Busher goes up. It's deflected out of bounds and will stay with St. Henry.
Good hands by Burden there to alertly knock it out of bounds of a would-be shooter. I believe it was Busher. But, again, good penetration by Wendell. Nice bounce pass. And it looked like it was going to be a scoring opportunity, but Bremen's Burden, able to knock it out and reset the offense 5-on-5.
Jalen Everman returns for St. Henry. Bomber with the basketball, stops in the lane. Her shot no good. And it goes off of Busher. It'll be Crimson and Gold basketball. I can tell you watch Homan run a little bit there, too. You talked about her foot bothering her a little bit. She kind of seems like she's a little gimpy, and she's coming out.
Yep, and she came out. They rotated her a few times in the Houston game on Monday of this week, just trying to maybe let her work through it. That's a tough thing if it's a heel or the ankle, but she's one of the leaders of the team for sure with her points and rebounding.
Burden with it. Burden up ahead.
Bremen lucky to get out of that. St. Henry had them right where they wanted them at that trap zone, but Bremen able to kind of wiggle out and not let the trap come and maintain possession.
Rindler off balance, scores a much-needed bucket for New Bremen.
Didn't look like she had great elevation on the shot, but able to get it in, and that's all that matters, and a big basket for the Cardinals on offense.
Inside shot blocked by Koenig. Nice play by the freshman. This ball goes up to Abby Burden.
Be careful of the trap zone. She's okay now, but you don't want to get her cross. Coach Timmerman, timeout.
We got a timeout here by Coach Andy Timmerman. We'll see if it's a full or a 30-second timeout. It's a 30-second timeout. All timeouts brought to you by our sponsors at Precision Strip. We'd like to thank our sponsors here on NK Telco Sports, because without them we'd not be able to bring you this broadcast here tonight. Our sponsors here are Carriage Works, Chiltex LLC, Sice Tweederman, Dickman Supply, Elmwood Assisted Care, Hometown Opportunity, Hulsman Automotive, Kogi Plumbing and Heating, Lincoln Electric, Minster Bank, New Knoxville Supply, SecureCom, Bud's Chrysler Dodge Jeep, Crown Equipment, Shelby County Veteran Services, and St. Henry Bank and WCSM Radio. Our scoreboard sponsors, First National Bank, Keys to the Game, Keyhole Pizza, our player of the game, which will bring to you from New Bremen, is brought to you by NK Telco. Our mid and post game stats are powered by Grand Lake Health Systems. And our New Bremen Live View sponsor that you can see on your screen is brought to you here by the bowling alley here in New Bremen at Speedway Lanes. South Precision Strip timeout. 8-7 our score here. St. Henry edging out New Bremen.
Coach Timmerman just trying to help his team avoid a turnover. He'll go back to work on offense. He had a nice finish on the basket, their last possession, by Mary Rindler. So they're going to try to capitalize, and this will also give a chance for Homan to come back in as she re-enters after a short break. Homan, again, a very active player offensively and defensively with the 14 points, 10 rebounds. She also averages 3 block shots a game.
Homan on the inside, back to Nelson. Nelson tries to drive, gives it up to Rindler. Gets it swiped away there by Wendell.
Good defense by the Redskins. New Bremen nearly had a great look at the basket, but Wendell knocks it away and causes the 9th New Bremen turnover of the half.
Wendell's shot's no good, and rebound goes down to Koenig. As Nelson will walk it up. Chloe Homan now back in, as we noted. She's been a little hobbled here tonight. Hirschfeld with it, back to Koenig. Koenig tries to go to the right side.
New Bremen should feel fortunate that they're only down by 1. Again, it's a quarter. St. Henry's already attempted 6 shots. New Bremen has only attempted 2, but another turnover. That's now 10 in the game. St. Henry hasn't been able to, if you will, take advantage by hitting shots, but there's a good answer from Busher.
And there you go, Jeff. You had the magic word there for.
Just tell him to make it.
Yeah.
That's the 4th point for Busher, and finally that's the first offense for the Redskins here. Just over 4 minutes played in the second quarter. Their first points of the second period.
Nelson with it, the right side to Homan. 10-7, St. Henry ahead of New Bremen on the First National Bank Think First scoreboard. Rennie Coverman, Jeff Hinchin giving you the action here with 3:33 to go till halftime. Ball tipped. Nelson to Koenig.
Just active hands and a lot of deflections. Again, the defense has already created or caused some turnovers, but they've been very active. There's just no rest when you have the basketball.
Substitutions coming in will be Abby Burden for New Bremen. And coming in for St. Henry will be Leah Layfeld and number 25, Ava Homan. And when you run that pressure that St. Henry is running, you got to stay fresh as well. You know, you got to have a lot of bodies coming in, and St. Henry certainly has the advantage in terms of depth.
Boy, that's a good play by Busher.
Busher up ahead, scores the layup. Alexis Busher now with half the St. Henry offense and 6 points.
And that was all her. She was after it on the defensive end, put her nose in there, battled, tipped it, came away with a steal and the uncontested layup. And again, active. When I had him at New Knoxville, St. Henry versus New Knoxville last week, just constant deflections. They maybe didn't always get steals every time, but just a number of times that they were able to deflect the basketball. Again, I think it just wears you down. You mentioned maybe not at first, but over the course of the game, it gets pretty frustrating when you're constantly, everything you're trying to do is very difficult.
The ball into home, another turnover. Again, a lot of coaches mention when they pressure a lot, is that they not always getting steals. It is getting that deflection sometimes and kind of, like you said, wearing out the offense and not always getting a steal on the other end. And a ball will be thrown into the student section on Jersey night, as it looks like here at New Bremen.
First turnover of the quarter for the Redskins. They now have 4 in a game compared to New Bremen's 12. So, again, there's been the glaring stat so far.
Ferks will inbound the basketball, give it up to Marina Nelson. Ball tipped, and another tip, but again, it slows down. It's like your offense is going in chunks, like you're working towards the basket. Like, oh, we finally got to pass half court.
We got to retake it out. We gained 20 feet. It's all because of the defense. But everything is contested. Again, if you have the bodies that can do it, and you begin to make it frustrating in offense, there's a double dribble. It forces you kind of into panic mode. And no one likes to work. It's almost like driving in fog.
Yeah.
Like tonight. Who likes driving in fog? No one, because you can't see. You're constantly, what is normal, your peripheral vision is all shut down. Same way with defense like this. If they're able to put body on body, it makes it very difficult to make good plays, good passing.
Bomber on the inside. Rindler gets in there and forces a tie-up. It'll keep it with St. Henry as we'll have another substitution in the lineup. Lauren Tiemann, 5'6" junior, will re-enter for St. Henry. And Coach Nate Uhlenhage. Box set here for the Redskins. Trying to get the basketball in. They try to get into Blamer, and lucky New Bremen Cardinal player catches that basketball out of bounds.
That might have been caught by Caroline Whitlack. She's a young lady that hit the 2 free throws in the JV game in a wild finish. They were down by, 4?
Yeah, with 12 seconds left.
Bornhorst made the 3-pointer. They get a foul against St. Henry. Whitlatch hits 2 free throws with 3 seconds to go, and Bremen bounces back with a 1-point JV win.
And Coach Andy Timmerman gets a timeout. It's a full timeout. We'll step aside with him. 2:11 to go here in the first half. St. Henry ahead, 12-7 here on your home for New Bremen Cardinal basketball in Telco Sports. Back here on NK Telco Sports out the precision strip timeout. 2:10 to go here in the first half. 12-7 lead for St. Henry over New Bremen.
A low-scoring second quarter is just 4-2 in favor of St. Henry. All the scoring has been done as Wendell will pick up her second foul. But, St. Henry, though, as well they've played, defensively, just a 5-point lead.
Back into the lineup, or working it back around here into the lineup is Alexis Busher. That's 6 points for St. Henry. Ferks trying to attack downhill. Ferks' shot, no good. Homan trying to tip the rebound to herself. Homan going up, her shot off the glass, and good. Chloe Homan obviously has had limited attempts here tonight, but has 4 points.
She kept that one alive herself, tipped it to herself. And she's pretty automatic once she gets it in that spot with the ball above her head.
Ball stolen. Mary Rindler has it. Hirschfeld steals it right back again. Who else but Alexis Busher? Trying to go to the basket, and we got a foul on the floor. That going against Marina Nelson. That'll be her first. 3 team fouls against each team as Ferks will head out. And Abby Burden coming in, and another senior on the other side, Jalen Everman, returning for St. Henry.
There's like a revolving door at the scores table tonight.
Yeah.
Numerous entries. They're unlimited. It's not like volleyball where you're strapped to only so many substitutions.
Layfeld for three in the corner, just grazes the net, no good. And Busher taps it out of bounds, and it'll be Crimson and Gold basketball.
The three-pointer there by Layfeld. She on the season has hit 8 of 10 from three-point range. So that was her third miss of the season, so pretty good shooter from that distance. Missed her attempt there for the 6-foot junior.
And you think with the size of 6 foot, you stepping out to shoot threes, 8 of 11. Doesn't do it much, but obviously effective as Hirschfeld to Homan to Nelson. Left side, Burden. Burden finds Hirschfeld. Hirschfeld to the left side. Hirschfeld re-navigates. Tries to find a teammate. It's up to Burden. 32 seconds to go here in the first half. Trying to drive on the inside. Trying to find Nelson. And it is turned over.
It's just, it's frustrating. That's the 9th turnover for New Bremen in the second quarter. 15 in the ball game. Their season average is 16. So they're going to match that almost here in the first half. But that pressure defense, you got to, it's moving without the basketball at the right time to help your teammate get in that spot to catch the basketball.
Bombers three well short as Layfeld tips it out. 10.3 seconds for New Bremen to do something here to try to tie it before halftime. And it's really, that shot right there is defining the offensive struggles this first half.
It has been. I mean, New Bremen 15 turnovers. You'd think they'd be down by 15. They're down by 3 points and chance to tie.
Ball to Nelson, and they get it right back to Homan, to Burden. Burden up court, Hirschfeld with it. Deep shot off the mark. Rindler going up. Her shot's no good. Homan did not get it off in time, I believe. Doesn't matter anyway. A 12-9 lead. Both teams only manage 4 points in the second quarter. We'll step aside, come back with our first half stats and recap here on your home for New Bremen Cardinal basketball and K-Telco Sports.
At First National Bank, we are working hard to make your life a little easier. With products like Card Valet, an app allowing you to control your cards with real-time notifications, transaction restrictions, and spending limits. The ability to access your money through 55,000 all-point ATMs across the country, surcharge-free. Live customer support when you need it, and online and mobile banking, allowing you to gain access to your financial information wherever and whenever you like. First National Bank, making your life a little easier.
Hi, I'm Mallory. My grandpa's been making the world's worst pizza for 30 years. That doesn't look like the world's worst pizza. Grandpa, I know why they call you Chunky Bob. It's because you use chunky ingredients on your pizza.
Of course, it's not because I'm fat.
Grandpa, this is the world's best pizza. Keyhole Pizza, come check Grandpa out.
Dine in or carry out.
Halftime here at the Nest, and after one half played, it is a low-scoring ball game here as the St. Henry Redskins lead the New Bremen Cardinals 12-9. Let's take a look at our first half numbers brought to you by our fine sponsors here at Grand Lake Health Systems. And with those numbers, Mr. Jeff Hinchin.
First for the visitors, the St. Henry Redskins, first half shooting from 2-point range. The Redskins were 6 of 17. From 3-point range, the Redskins were 0 of 6. Overall, just 6 of 23 from the field for the Redskins. New Bremen, first half shooting from 2-point range, 4 of 11. And from 3-point range, 0 for 2. Just 4 of 13 from the field for the Cardinals. Free throw shooting, St. Henry 0 for 1. New Bremen was 1 for 1. The only free throws attempted in the ball game. I'm sorry, New Bremen or St. Henry was actually 0 for 3. So, and New Bremen 1 for 1. In the rebounding category, St. Henry 9 rebounds, 5 of them, over half of them, 5 were offensive. They were able to capitalize one time for 2 points on second chance. New Bremen total rebounds in the first half. They had 21. 17 defensive, 4 offensive. Holman was able to turn one of those offensive rebounds into 2 points. Turnovers, another big let's say, stat in the first half. St. Henry with just 6. New Bremen, first half turnovers, 15. Almost at their season average, and we're just now starting the third quarter. Individual scoring for St. Henry as there's nearly a turnover. We won't go either way as Wendell almost came up with 1, but first half scoring. Alexis Busher was 6, 4 from Leah Layfeld, 2 from Morgan Bomber, their total of 12. For New Bremen, 4 from Chloe Homan, 3 from Michaela Firks, 2 from Mary Rindler, their total of 9.
And again, it was 8-5 after the first quarter. Each team only able to manage 4 points in the second quarter. Like you said, St. Henry's a lot more shot attempts. I mean, with the way New Bremen turned the ball over in the first half, lucky you're down 3. So.
Exactly. St. Henry, 10 extra attempts, but just a 3-point lead here at halftime.
So again, if you're St. Henry, you hope the law of averages kind of even out and you have a better shooting second half. But if you're New Bremen, you hope to cut down on that, which is the turnover bug, which has bitten them pretty heavily in the first half.
It's hard to simulate that type of work, and if you're not used to the pressure and you're not maybe a particular player that likes to go off pressure, rather cut through and get, catch the ball when you're open, it makes it very tough when you're in these newer situations with the pressure in your face and just unfamiliar and not comfortable in those spots, and that is the 16th New Bremen turnover. Again, good job by the St. Henry defense.
Right on the inside, Busher blocked by Homan.
Well, I mentioned Homan averages 3 block shots a game. That might be her first of the contest, but a good answer as Busher almost found a crease in the New Bremen defense, but a good defensive play by the 6-foot senior, Chloe Homan.
Left side, ball over to Rindler. Rindler with it to Homan. We're on the right side to Nelson. Nelson with it, dribbles towards Homan, but goes back over to Marina Nelson. Ball picked off. Busher again in the clear, but there's Homan. You could just see Homan lurking.
Yeah, she almost waited. She goes, I'm going to time this up, and it was a nice play. I like the call, and I really like Chloe Homan reaching down to pick Alexis Busher up from the ground after she fell down after the shot, but the back-to-back blocks by Homan. The stays with St. Henry on the offensive rebound.
And Busher's had a lot of breakaway opportunities. She has 6 points in the ball game. She has game-high honors right now. Wendell in it, back to Busher to the right side. Almost back inside to Wendell.
Almost moving the ball too fast. Can't allow the Bremen defense to shift.
And there's a foul against Chloe Homan. Wendell hit the deck hard.
Wendell will get 2 looks at it, and the second look draws contact and a foul against Homan. Homan's first foul. Wendell 0 for 2 from the line, averaging 8 points a game and 6 rebounds.
Wendell seems to be all right. Her first free throw is good.
Her first point of the ball game for Molly Wendell.
Abby Burden will check back in for Chloe Homan. Again, we mentioned it numerous times, a couple times in the first half throughout the broadcast, as she's been bothered by maybe a little bit of an injury.
The Houston game, she actually was at the end of the bench getting maybe taped or some treatment. I haven't noticed that tonight. Tonight is pretty much down, water, sit down by the assistant coach, and then come back in about a short break because they don't want her on the bench too long because she does a lot for her team.
We got a travel on Abby Burden.
4th turnover of the quarter. 19th of the game, but just a 4-point lead for the Redskins.
Again, you got to just keep at it, and if you're Coach Timmerman's squad, try to kind of work through this.
As long as St. Henry's not going to put you away offensively, you just hang in there and you wait for your opportunity. Maybe this defensive steal here by Hirschfeld will pay off, and they're going to pick up a foul, and those little things will add up. Maybe get another one here in a quarter, get some free throw attempts. But you just got to keep going at it.
Yeah, I believe that's going to go against Morgan Bomber there. That'll be her team's first. 5:44 to go here in the third quarter. It's a 4-point lead for St. Henry, 13-9 on that First National Bank Think First scoreboard. Brandon Coberman and Jeff Hinchin giving you the action here tonight as the ball
just
impounded.
Again, deflection.
Nice downhill attack by Burks.
Well, deflection, basket. So good job by New Bremen. Again, battling through the pressure.
Shot no good. That tipped off Layfeld. And Jalen Everman will return for St. Henry. Like we said at the top of this broadcast, all games big here in the MAC. Every game, it seems down the stretch, as we're a week away from tournament draw already. 6 teams within a half a game of the MAC. 2 of those 6 being the 2 teams on the floor right here now.
Those 6 teams all have 2 losses.
Yeah.
So in theory, you control your own destiny for a MAC title. Now there's 4 games left to play, including tonight. Burton, boy, that's, again, just nowhere to go, and St. Henry continues to apply the pressure.
Everman going to be called for a late foul. That'll be the second team foul on St. Henry. Again, like we talked about, I used the word pandemonium to kind of describe what that pressure can do in the half court at times.
I call it panicking, too,
Yeah.
if you're the ball, and especially if you're not used to that. And if you don't have superior size or strength, I mean, if you had a bunch of 4th graders defending you, you can handle it because you can see over them, you can handle it. But these girls for St. Henry are very athletic. You're the same size you are. It makes it very difficult to run your offense. And just to do the simple things, pass and catch, because everything is contested.
Busher kicks it out over to Bomber. Bomber leads the team in scoring here at 9.6 points a game. Into the corner, Alexis Busher cans a 3-pointer, and the St. Henry lead out to 5.
Her 9th made 3-pointer on the season. She comes in at 8 of 33. That's her first attempt tonight and her first make.
Rindler with it, drives to the basket. Mary Rindler showing off her athleticism that she shows off on the volleyball court.
And there's a chance, a time where Rindler is able to take advantage of that pressure defense. She got around her girl, but everyone else was so tight on their own and kind of lost track of help side. It made for an easy opportunity for the basket by Rindler.
St. Henry gets 2 attempts at the 3-point basket, and that basket is drilled by Ava Homan. A 6-point lead now, and St. Henry starting to heat up.
Offensive second chance opportunity, that time a bigger factor, a 3-pointer for Homan, she's their leading shooter from that range. That's her 19th made 3-pointer on the season. She shoots it at 25%. She's 1 of 2 tonight, and that was her first 3 points of the ball game.
Chloe Homan returns for New Bremen. As lead is grown out to 6 for St. Henry. Nelson in the middle to Koenig as she's back in the lineup as well. Koenig works to the middle, back to Homan. Homan to the left side to Hirschfeld. Hirschfeld looks to drive, is trapped on her back foot, finds Homan. Homan trying to drive, throws up a wild shot.
Well, she had to because the defense forced that action. She didn't see the defender, and then it was either that or turn it over, so she elected to get a shot up in the air. And it was a little bit strong, but again, that was a credit to St. Henry's defense. They double-teamed and they kept ball pressure, and they forced a kind of a tough, off-balance, not normal shot for Homan.
Ball to Layfeld on the inside. Layfeld going up, hoop, and the harm for Leah Layfeld, and it's an 8-point St. Henry lead now.
Boy, whoever threw that pass to Layfeld threaded the needle because that kind of went across the paint, and you had Homan in that area as well. It skipped by Homan into that Layfeld, who not only scores it but picks up the second foul against Homan.
And Layfeld with the old-fashioned 3-point play. Leah Layfeld up to 7 points now.
She's one of their better free throw shooters. It's 76% on the season for Layfeld, 13 of 17. Now 1 for 1 tonight, as Brandon said, 7 points. Right at her average of 7.5 points a game, along with 7 rebounds.
Better job there by New Bremen getting that ball to the middle. That's where you want to get that ball in that press break as Michaela Firks returns to the lineup.
St. Henry's double teaming, so common sense would say someone is open, but you've got to realize who that is, and if you're that person, you've got to find your availability space on the court to catch the basketball.
They're trying to make sure Homan's not going to touch the ball, and there was some ball, but there was some skin slap too, and Chloe Homan will head to the line for 2 free throws. As Homan heads to the line, she is a 79% free throw shooter on the year, and
she hit some big ones Monday night against Houston. Houston was a scrappy team, just did not go away. And Homan, I think, went 6 for 6 in the fourth quarter. And again, on the season, as Brandon mentioned, a very good free throw shooter, 79%, 51 of 64. Mitz makes both of them there, and good reason, good form, good release, good soft touch. She now has 6 points.
She leads all Cardinal scorers, 5 from Firks, 4 from Rindler. 3-pointer, St. Henry starting to heat up from the outside. That's another 3 by Ava Homan as she buries one from the right wing.
Her second of the quarter, 6 points. She's now 2 for 3 tonight from 3-point range.
Ball stolen at midcourt. Ball given up to Busher. And Alexis Busher scores another basket. She's up to 11.
Points off of turnovers in transition. St. Henry's beginning to, as you mentioned, get hot. The defense is causing some turnovers. That's a 7th turnover of the quarter, the 22nd of the game.
St. Henry up by a dozen. 2:23 to go here in the third quarter. It's a 30-second timeout. We'd like to remind you that NK Telco Sports and its sponsors are pleased to bring you replays of boys high school basketball here on NK Telco Sports. Girls basketball on NK Telco Sports.
We also do boys, but
yes,
tonight's the girls game.
NK Telco Cable or the NKT.TV app on channel 151. January 26th at 6 p.m. and now channel 3 on HD on channel 503. Catch that replay February 8th at 2 p.m. and February 9th at 2 p.m. You can also watch games live via pay-per-view through nktelco.com/sports and more games on demand through YouTube, Facebook, and at nktelco.com/sports. So coming out the Precision Strip timeout, and man, it was a 3-point game at halftime, Jeff, and now that lead has grown to a dozen.
Well, if I told you one team in a quarter was shooting 50%, the other team is shooting 66%, you'd probably think St. Henry. No, it's New Bremen. New Bremen's 2 for 3, but they've got 9 or 7 turnovers in the quarter, so just not getting the shots. St. Henry beginning to take advantage of those turnovers, hitting on 50%. 5 of 10 from the field here in the quarter.
And a steal and a foul in backcourt on St. Henry. As Frick stole that, it's fouled, and that's the 4th team foul against St. Henry. 2 minutes to go in 10 seconds, so New Bremen will shoot free throws the rest of the third quarter.
Ava Homan picks up her first foul, and that could be a blessing. New Bremen can kind of go at the rim now, force the official to call a foul, maybe knock down some free throws.
Ball turned over. Wendell picks it off. Works up ahead to Morgan Bomber. Bomber drives to the corner, but she carried it.
Yeah, I like the call. Just a little bit too much hesitation there. I felt she held it too long on the hesitation. It's good to change speed, but I thought just too much with the hand under the basketball. There's going to be the 3rd foul on Wendell. And a good call. You can't try to pick up a charge blindsiding it. And that will be a free throw opportunity, I believe it should be, for Homan.
Yep, which is good. And, when you're struggling right now to get offense shooting-wise and say, hey, you get a chance at the free throw line, they'll take that if you're New Bremen.
Exactly. Let's go put an 80% free throw shooter on the season that just made her last 2 free throws and, again, had a very good free throw shooting night against Houston on Monday. I just like the rotation. It's not too much spin. It looks solid. Very good rhythm, not jerky, so good reason why she's hitting at 80%. And she's 4 for 4 tonight, all 4 of those here in a quarter. She now has 8 points in the ball game.
And Cardinals cut the lead down to 10, 1:42 to go in the third. Layfeld with it on the left side. Layfeld trying to drive baseline. Her shot's blocked by Rindler. They'll stay here with St. Henry.
Good defense by Rindler. Holman's in there as well, but that time a shot blocked by Rindler. It's a 3rd blocked shot of the quarter for the Cardinals, but the ball does stay with the Redskins.
St. Henry team 9-4 on this season. Cardinals trying to stay above water, trying to avoid the 500 mark. Something they've really been hovering with and flirting around all season.
You mentioned St. Henry 9-4. They lost 3 in a row. I mentioned that earlier. They lost to Minster, Fort Laramie, Marion Local before defeating New Knoxville last Thursday. So they're, quote, 1-3 or 1-3 in their last 4 games and trying to make that back-to-back wins and a good ball movement, good finish by Layfeld.
Layfeld, nice seal and score on the block there.
She now has 9 points, and yeah, very good use of her body, her size. Made it look pretty easy. Good ball movement and a good entry pass. Layfeld with 9.
Quick substitution. Riley Bomber back in the lineup for Morgan Bomber.
St. Henry plays 9 athletes. I believe have been in the ball game tonight. And a lot of them, just rotating through that revolving door there at the scorer's table.
And again, when you press and pressure like they do, it's nice to have depth and fresh faces. So you can hopefully eventually wear teams down in the second half and this third quarter has pretty much been all St. Henry.
They came out with a great third quarter, and it's really their defense has been good, but their offense is finally beginning to heat up. And for New Bremen, a much-needed hoop, and they get it, a three-pointer from Ferks.
Well, I thought when that came off her hands, I was like, ooh, and then I saw it drop, and I was like, whoa. I did not expect the ball to come off her hand like that, and Ferks hits a three, gets New Bremen back within single digits, trailing by 9.
Ferks with that three-pointer, her 13th of the season. 20% shooter from that range. She's 1 of 2 from three-point range tonight. Again, her 13th of the season. More importantly, like Brandon said, that double-digit lead back down into single digits.
Olivia Gast in the lineup for St. Henry, who played in the JV contest earlier. Layfeld trying to keep the ball alive. Riddler has it. Bremen not going to be able to get a shot off. We've played 3 quarters here at the Nest. St. Henry leads New Bremen 29-20 on the First National Bank First scoreboard. We'll step aside, come back with the final 8 minutes of regulation. You're next on your home for New Bremen Cardinal basketball and K-Toko Sports.
Kogi Plumbing and Heating is your Bryant Factory authorized dealer. We have brought the best of comfort, control, and plumbing services to the St. Mary's area for over 60 years. We have been Reader's Choice winners for the last 4 years running and excel at providing our customers with efficient and reliable heating and air conditioning, as well as responsive service when a plumbing emergency arises. We insist that the products we install in our customers' homes and businesses offer the same performance and value that we expect ourselves. Call today for your next plumbing and heating or air conditioning needs. Bryant, whatever it takes.
Time to jump around here in the Nest on the PA. Sorry, man, Scott Fry always does a really good job keeping the crowd alive here at New Bremen, and the Cardinals trail 29-20 here over the St. Henry Redskins, and the lifeless first half broke up a bit there with a good third quarter.
Yeah, both teams actually scoring, but St. Henry outscores New Bremen 17-11. St. Henry did that on 3 of 8 from 2-point shooting, a very good 3 of 5 3-point shooting, and knocked down 2 of 3 free throws. 6 of 13 were the Redskins in the third quarter. New Bremen was 75% accuracy, but just 4 shots attempted by the Cardinals in the third quarter. 2 of 3 2-point shooting, 1 of 1 3-point shooting. A very good 4 of 4 free throws, but only 4 field goal attempts in the third quarter.
Ball over to Leah Layfeld on the inside. Her shot blocked. Layfeld trying to go up again with the left hand as Ferks clears the boards. Ferks hounded by a couple St. Henry Redskins quickly. Bomber with the steal. Up ahead, Jalen Everman trying to feed Riley Bomber on the inside. And stolen away. Back Bomber to Bomber. Blocked by Ferks. And they'll stay with St. Henry.
Kind of a weird possessions going on right there, and a few turnovers, and Bremen a couple block shots by the Cardinals, and it'll remain with St. Henry underneath their own basket. Wendell comes back in with 3 fouls, but the pressure defense for St. Henry begins to, again, keep the throttle down, if you will, defensively. Very active and tough situation for the Cardinals with, again, only down by 9. It's not undoable, considering how much trouble they've had running offense, but need to get started.
Shot no good by Everman on the inside. Gets her own rebound back out to Morgan Bomber. Wendell on the inside. Wendell shot. Gets a visitor's roll.
Well, that was a heck of a possession. That's a couple offensive rebounds they got. They cashed it in for 2 on the Molly Wendell rim hanger, as that ball kind of was deciding which way it wanted to drop, and fortunately for the Redskins, it fell in. First foul against Alexis Busher.
And Herschel will take it out right in front of the scorer's table here. Nelson gets the ball in backcourt, and there's a reach called on Busher.
Back-to-back fouls on Busher, but she's again, she had her head right on the midsection of Nelson. Stride for stride, poked her hand in there and got caught the second time making contact. The reach in is not the foul. It's the contact that is the foul. And Busher just a little bit too aggressive, but almost came up with another steal that probably would have led to uncontested points.
First with it to Nelson on the right side. Ball down to Homan in the corner. Homan trying to work. Homan back out. Nelson at the top of the key to Hirschfeld. Back to Homan. Homan to the left side to Nelson. Feeds Homan on the inside. Homan trying to make a move. Kicks it out. Nelson. Back out Hirschfeld. Hirschfeld back to Nelson. Try to feed Homan on the inside, and a battle for the ball. It's a jump ball.
They'll stay with New Bremen. Credit to St. Henry's defender, Lauren Tiemann. She's 5'6". She kind of got stuck there a couple times facing or D'ing up on Homan at 6 foot in that zone defense, but Homan unable to make any step-through moves. Tiemann did not give her any inch, didn't fall for the fakes, took away her avenue. Good job by Lauren Tiemann keeping Homan, at least right now, off the scoreboard.
Ball over to Ferks. Ferks gets it back. New Bremen trailing by 11 with 6:05 to go here in the contest. Homan going to fire a three. It's off the iron. No good. Layfeld kicks it out. Up ahead over to Ava Homan, and Homan finishes on the other end with the basket.
Homan having a nice second half. She now has 8 points, and that one credit to her defense. And Homan able to scoot down the court, and good ball, good throw down the court, able to make that long pass.
Ball on the inside. Ferks goes up strong. Shot no good. Homan going up and is fouled from behind by Leah Layfeld. So Chloe Homan back at the line where she canned 4 free throws in the third quarter.
These will be attempts 5 and 6. And a chance to capitalize on second chance opportunity. And again, if she can muscle memory that form and rotation, she's going to be bump that 80% free throw shooting percentage up.
She splits from the line there. Abby Burden will check in next dead ball here for the Crimson and Gold. Layfeld going to take the long two, and she buries it.
Mentioned she came at 8 of 10 3-point shooting. That was a long two, like you mentioned, but kind of able to show what she can do, not only inside, which we've seen her score up, catch, and make nice moves on the interior, but she's also able to score from the perimeter.
Rindler attacks downhill. Good look at the hoop, just can't convert. Morgan Balmer with the rebound. Balmer attacking the basket, blocked by Homan. Hirschfeld with the rebound. Hirschfeld being pressured in backcourt. They get it to Homan. Got to get it across over to Marina Nelson. To Rindler. Rindler will attack the 2-on-1 and walked. Rindler just got a little scared there like a deer in headlights.
Well, again, you mentioned Bremen had to break the time count. They did. But good job by Leah Layfeld not going out too early to let, was it Ferks, who had the basketball, make that. She didn't come out too early to make an easy entry pass. So she kind of played 2-on-1 and took away the angle. And then, like you said, it was too late to make the bounce pass. And a turnover and negates a Bremen opportunity to score in transition.
Big game in the MAC here tonight. Like we mentioned, 6 teams within a half a game of each other. Both these teams a part of that real jumble, or really,
things will maybe separate a little bit after tonight's game, but right now a lot of activity of teams battling for what in theory could be a piece of the MAC title.
Shot no good, but a foul as Michaela Ferks will go to the line for 2. And Ferks, again, as a freshman, has come along very nicely for third-year head coach Andy Timmerman. And
as a freshman, she's not just along for the ride. She's playing because she's able to contribute. So, sometimes a freshman might be able to come up and kind of play a role. She's coming up looking to score and guard and do all the above, and she is now 2 for 2 from the foul line tonight.
She has 9 points, just below her season average. Is Michaela at the line? Her second free throw is good.
Well, 3 for 3 from the free throw line, came in at just 40% from that mark, so a very good 3 for 3 tonight, and a nice job here by Busher, not crossing the timeline. Can't get the assist as Layfeld misses.
Going up and scoring, though, is number 25.
Homan.
That is Homan.
More offensive rebounding points. That's now 7 points in the half the Redskins have earned on second chance.
I haven't called Marina Nelson's name much tonight as Rindler on the inside cannot convert. Gets the rebound, goes up again. Her shot's no good.
Whistle on a foul. Closed fist. That'll be a foul on New Bremen, number 20, Rindler. We'll see if Alexis Busher does it again every time a timeout. I want to see how they break down the Bremen press. First there's a timeout.
All timeouts brought to you by Precision Strip. It's full timeout, 3:44 to go. St. Henry leads 37-23 on your home for the Bremen Cardinal basketball and K-Toko Sports.
Are you looking for a rewarding career? Lincoln Electric Automation in Coldwater and Fort Loramie supplies top-of-the-line automation systems to manufacturers. Lincoln Electric Automation routinely develops its team through hiring and by offering advanced technical training. We understand that every employee matters, and every role contributes to the success of our business. We offer advancement opportunities, competitive wages, and benefit packages. Visit LincolnElectric.com and get on track to a better career and a better future.
Back here on your home for the Bremen Cardinal basketball and K-Toko Sports. 3:44 here to go in the fourth quarter as St. Henry trying to put this game away here, Jeff.
Yeah, New Bremen doesn't really press like they did at the last trip, but boy, their defense almost comes up with a turnover. But what I liked, there's almost another turnover. I'm trying to get my point is, but St. Henry, they're going to settle things down with a timeout.
Coach Yulin ain't going to call a timeout. As all timeouts brought to you by our sponsors at Precision Strip. Our sponsors are Carriage Works, Chiltex LLC, Cy Schwederman, Dickman Supply, Elmwood Assisted Care, Hometown Opportunity, Hulsman Automotive, Kogi Plumbing and Heating, Lincoln Electric, Minster Bank, New Knoxville Supply, SecureCom, Bud's Chrysler Dodge Jeep, Crown Equipment, Shelby County Veteran Services, the St. Henry Bank, and WCSM Radio. Our scoreboard sponsors, the First National Bank, Keys to the Game, Keyhole Pizza. This time out it's brought to you by Precision Strip. Our player of the game, which Jeff and I will select from New Bremen, is brought to you by NK Toko. Our minute post-game stats are brought to you by Grand Lake Health Systems. Remember, New Bremen Live View sponsor, which you can see right on your screen, is brought to you by Speedway Lanes. So a 14-point lead now for St. Henry over New Bremen, and Coach Johan just trying to get his team, reconvened before.
That was a weird last 17 seconds. A lot of near steals and almost turnovers, and Coach Ulehank's going to try to get back to the basics here, take care of the basketball, but New Bremen maybe beginning to put the pressure up themselves. Nice pass. Assist Wendell, bucket Holman. Well, Holman's had a heck of a second half. Yeah. She is 5 for 5 from the field. She had 2 3-pointers in quarter number 3. Now with 6 here in the fourth quarter, she's got a dozen points all in the second half.
And it's like we said, it's kind of been a lifeless offense the first half. Now St. Henry had 3 players in double figures. With Homan, Busher, and Layfeld.
Well, Homan's, you talk about the balanced scoring. Nobody in double figures on season average, and Homan now has 12 points. And by the way, she doesn't even start. So it just means it doesn't matter in the case of these Redskins. They'll just rotate girls in. Homan averages, Ava Homan that is, just over 7 points. She has 12 tonight.
Get it on the inside. Wendell corrals it. Goes up for 2. Blocked from behind by Firks. Busher gets it.
Another offensive rebound as St. Henry couldn't quite get the crisp pass inside. And Wendell kind of lost it, but again, missed the shot. But guess who has the basketball now? St. Henry. So they're going to run some clock, force New Bremen to chase. Kind of a commanding lead. We'll see if New Bremen will elect to foul it all, but will they get a turnover first? A good job by New Bremen's defense. See if we're going to just play tight defense or try to foul and put the Redskins on the line.
Firks attaching downhill and kisses it off the glass. Michaela Firks now with 12 points.
Much better second half for her as both teams' offenses are beginning to have some life, as you mentioned, after kind of a sluggish first quarter. And again, we'll see once here now, 14-point lead. Time becoming a factor, and we'll just see once Bremen might be content just to try to play tight defense and not foul.
Coach Sherman asking for ball pressure for his team. Busher feeds it on the inside as Leah Layfeld scores, and the St. Henry lead back out to 16 on our First National Bank Think First scoreboard.
Assist Busher, the good dribble drive penetration. It became a 2-on-1 then, and simple bounce pass for Layfeld, and she was able to score her 13th point.
Chloe Homan with it. Homan with 9 on the night. 5 of those coming from the free throw line and fed down to Mary Rindler. Time out by Coach Andy Timmerman. We'll take it with him. 41-27 our score here. St. Henry ahead of New Bremen here in your home for New Bremen Cardinal basketball on KTOCO Sports.
New Knoxville Supply Company, the supply source for residential, commercial, and industrial jobs. We specialize in plumbing products from many name brands, electrical products from replacing a light switch to rewiring an entire house, heating, air conditioning, and geothermal products, sheet metal ductwork, installations, and service. We are now housing more inventory, so all the hardware items you need to complete the job are available right away. New Knoxville Supply. Stop in, call, or check us out online at newknoxvillesupply.com.
Back here on NKTOCO Sports, minute 19 to go here in the quarter, and St. Henry just looking to run clock here, Jeff.
Yeah, we'll see what New Bremen does defensively. They got a basket and then a quick timeout. They might just try to play pressure defense, it looks like, and see once we get a turnover that way versus fouling and putting the Redskins on the line.
Yes, try to work around. There's a foul.
Well, maybe they're waiting for the right girl to touch the ball. And they didn't foul earlier, but now they're going to foul Wendell. But it's still just their second foul, so it's going to be out of bounds.
As Everman will inbound it from the sideline. Ball will be inbounded. As bringing it up the floor. Over to Wendell, to Layfeld. St. Henry just burning clock here now, and the St. Henry fans can feel it as they're going to get a big win. It seems like every game is not necessarily an elimination game in the MAC, but it's hard to win a league title with 3 losses. The MAC is still up for anyone's grabs as Rindler steals the basketball. Nelson up ahead to Firks. Firks attacking downhill. Her shot's no good. Rebound down to Wendell. And stolen by Wendell. And Firks fouled. And Firks will go to the line for 2.
Well, chance here for Firks with 12 seconds. Get a little bit more game action, if you will, as the score is pretty much in the conclusions, not in doubt. But Bremen, the 3rd loss now of the league, will need some help, but it's a pretty balanced league this year. You just don't know as teams will beat up on each other here.
Abby Burton checks in. As Firks misses the first one and cannot connect on the second, as Layfeld cannot take care of that. It will stay Cardinal basketball, as the Cardinals will drop back right to the 500 mark. Burton looking to inbound, gets it to Nelson. Nelson scoreless this game. Her shot no good. Nelson kicks it out. Firks, her high arcing 3 is good. As time expires, it's not going to matter. Firks does finish with 15 points, though, here on the night. But it is a 41-30 victory for the St. Henry Redskins over the New Bremen Cardinals. We caught it here live on NKTOCO Sports here tonight. And we'd like to thank our sponsors here tonight. They are CarriageWorks Chiltex LLC, Cy Schwitterman, Dickman Supply, Elmwood Assisted Care, Hometown Opportunity, Hulsman Automotive, Kogi Plumbing and Heating, Lincoln Electric, Minster Bank, New Knoxville Supply, SecureCom, Bud's Chrysler Dodge Jeep, Crown Equipment, Shelby County Veterans Services, St. Henry Bank, and WCSM Radio. Scoreboard sponsor First National Bank, Keys to the Game, Keyhole Pizza, Keys to the Game, Keyhole Pizza. Timeout sponsors Precision Strip, mid and post game stats, Grand Lake Health Systems, and our New Bremen Live View sponsor is Speedway Lanes. And NKTOCO Sports and its sponsors are pleased to bring you replays of girls high school basketball on NKTOCO Sports. Here on NKTOCO Sports, bring you replays on high school basketball action on NKTOCO Cable or the NKT.TV app on Channel 151, January 26th at 6 p.m. and on Channel 3 on High Def on 503, February 8th at 2 p.m., and February 9th at 2 p.m. You can also watch more games live via pay-per-view through nktelco.com/sports, and more games on demand through YouTube, Facebook, and at nktelco.com/sports. And take a look at our numbers here tonight, brought to you by Green Lake Health Systems, and with those numbers, Mr. Jeff Hinchin.
Shooting for the St. Henry Redskins in the ball game. Unofficially, the Redskins were 15 of 39 from two-point range, 3 of 11 from three-point range. A total from the field for the Redskins, 18 of 50. New Bremen, 8 of 20 from two-point shooting, 2 of 5 three-point shooting. Overall, the Cardinals, 10 of 25, just 25 shots for the Cardinals, 50 for the Redskins. So the Redskins double up the Cardinals in attempts. New Bremen, 10 of 25. Free throw shooting, St. Henry finishes the night 2 for 6. New Bremen, 8 of 11. Rebounding for the Redskins, they finished with 21 rebounds. 14 of those were offensive rebounds, and they unofficially had, I think, at least 2, 4, 6, 9, or 11 points off second chance opportunities. New Bremen, 29 rebounds, 6 offensive, which they converted those back for 3 points. Turnovers, another key to the game. 13 for the Redskins, 28 for the Cardinals. So those are your stats. Individual scoring for St. Henry. Leah Layfeld, 13. Ava Holman, 12. Alexis Busher, 11. 3 from Molly Wendell. 2 from Morgan Bomber. Their total of 41 for New Bremen. 15 from Michaela Firks. 9 from Chloe Holman. 6 from Mary Rindler. Their total of 30.
And scoring after quarters, 8-5. St. Henry at the half is 12-9. St. Henry at the end of the third is 29-20. St. Henry in a 41-30 win for St. Henry here tonight. One more order of business before we leave here and wrap up here tonight. Our player of the game brought to you by NK Telco, and that player from New Bremen is going to be... I'll give you the selection here, Jeff.
Yeah. Firks turned out to have 15 points. She got a 3 at the buzzer. Holman had 9. I also liked Holman still with the 3 block shots. I'm going to lean for the senior tonight, Chloe Holman, as our NK Telco player of the game with the 9 points, numerous rebounds, 3 block shots, and did what she had to defensively in the interior to help her team. And really, New Bremen's defense held St. Henry to 9 or so points less than her season average. It was just their offense couldn't come up, but their defense, I thought, played pretty decent. And but anyhow, tonight our player of the game will go to Chloe Holman, our NK Telco player of the game.
So congratulations to Chloe on that honor, as New Bremen will drop to 500. They'll be on the road against Salina. They'll be back home in action next Tuesday against Jackson Center, which Jeff and I will both be on the call for that game. So if you want to tune in, you can watch that here live. JV tip, tentative 6 o'clock here on NK Telco Sports. On the flip side for St. Henry, they advanced to 10-4, and most importantly 4-2 in that tight MAC battle, and they worked themselves into a 3-way tie with Marion Local and Versailles. They will be back on the road. They'll be in the Habitat of the Cat Saturday against Jackson Center. You can catch that game here live on NK Telco Sports. JV tip tentative noon for that game. Craig Louth will be on the call for that game. So hopefully, if you're a St. Henry fan and listen here tonight and enjoyed this broadcast, you can listen again on NK Telco Sports Saturday. So that will do it for us here tonight. We'd like to thank our team here tonight, for Austin Ambergy back in the station, for Jeff Hinchin. I'm Brandon Coverman here for the final time from New Bremen. It is St. Henry wins 41-30 over New Bremen. You've been watching a production of Girls High School Basketball here on NK Telco Sports.